Alright everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to the FIFA 19 online career mode where we're all racing to the Premier League title. If you missed the last episode where I explain everything in more detail, you can click the eye in the top right hand corner or the link in the description. I'll take you to it if you're interested in seeing what it said there. But if you're back to this episode, I'll give you a quick reminder that I'm Tranmere Rovers. This is how the table and stuff was looking at the end of the last episode. Seth and Will miles ahead at the moment. Seth being Mansfield, Will being Forest Green Rovers. And yeah, in this episode it's going to be mostly just me post-comment like this, with a couple of the online matches in it. But yeah, last episode we left off with our next match being Northampton as our first match outside of the transfer window. You can quickly see the calendar there for our month of September. Obviously I've got 6 games that month, including the first round of the Check and Trade Trophy, which I'm up against Cambridge United in. But also you can see the last 3 games of that month are Carlisle United, which is Callum, Newport County, which is Welshie, and MK Dons, which is Owen. Which means I have to sim all 3 of the AI matches, including that check and trade match. But hey, the boys might pull through and win it for us. You can see how my team's looking. My youth star Branko and Sergi Canos on the wings, with Cole Stockton down the middle. A midfield 3 of Banks, McCulloch and Williams, with my new signing Grabara in nets, with the defence of Caprice, Sutton, Elliston, Rydhall just ahead of him. But yeah, our first match here against Northampton, which we're simming in the 15th minute, but go 1-0 down there. Not the most promising of starts, but Sergi Canos does respond promptly to make it 1-1. Then our striker, Stockton, ends up going off of an injury, but luckily Akamadu, who came on off the bench for Sergi Canos, got us a goal to send us 2-1 up. Now we're looking on top here, but in the 68th minute, Williams equalises for Northampton, and that ends up wrapping up the match at 2-2. We're still not looking pretty here, to be honest, with our recent results, but form will pick up. I can assure that we're going to make that happen. And you see the results there. Seth picking up a 4-0 win against Callum. Owen and Welshie ended up losing their matches, with Will drawing his. So a draw for me isn't the worst thing in the grand scheme of things, as well as the actual race we're having. But you can see there in the inbox we get the email about Stockton's injury. Thankfully it is just 7 days with a hyperextended knee, but we are training up our backup striker Akamadu there as we do a training session. Let me know, by the way, if you want to see more detail in the training sessions, or just the way I'm doing it where I'm literally simming through each thing, mostly on the same players. So I have been playing some of them just to make sure I get A's or whatever, but because it is quite repetitive, I don't know how much of it you'd actually like to see. I will just keep showing this for now though, showing the upgrades the players get. And yeah, up next we've got our match against Cambridge in the Check and Trade Trophy. We are away for it as well. And in the player conversations tab, the striker we've been training up, Frank Akamadu, asks if he can play. So you know, since my main goal here is to make him our starting striker for now, I thought may as well just give him a crack. And it works out nicely because Stockton is still injured. And yeah, we're going to the sim for this match, hoping that the boys would pull through. Cambridge do pick up an injury there, but not a bad enough injury to take the player off. And Akamadu ends up sending us 1-0 up in the 30th minute. And then in the 47th, Cambridge do equalise for a goal from Halliday. And it actually stays 1-1 through the whole thing. 2 penalties where we end up losing 4-3. So yeah, not exactly what I wanted. I was hoping to get a decent run going in the check and trade, but there's not much we can do about it. You can see there, Owen went out as well after losing to Bradford. All the rest of the boys went through though. Will picking up a win against Notts County, Seth against Fleetwood, Welshie against Grimsby, and Callum on penalties against Crewe Alexandra. And while we're stepping through to our next match here, I'd just like to say to also let me know how much more detail you'd like to see this in as well. So obviously I'm going through the season quite fast paced, to be honest, but there's also not much else to show, I don't really think, because I haven't really dabbled much with the contracts or anything like that yet, or the youth academy, which obviously when I get around to it I'll be showing that a lot. Our next match here up against Colchester, simming it again, pretty much the same lineup as last time. Colchester go 1-0 up with a penalty, but Sergi Canos does make it 1-1. Then after a bit of a blank period, Noble comes off the bench for Colchester and scores, where Canos equalises instantly. If we can get a goal without having to concede first, we might get somewhere. But yeah, it's another draw there, 2-2 with Colchester. The results on screen again. There's no matches against each other this time, where we're all playing the computer teams. Seth is still undefeated at this point, with 4 wins and 3 draws. And then back in here, we've got another training session going. Pretty much just using the same players every time, obviously. The main ones I want to upgrade for now, and they're the young players as well. And then next up, we've got our match against Callum, which we'll switch to the live commentary and get straight into. Oh yes, big Sutton. I'll tell you something. Oh, look at the weather.
This is just classic League 2 weather.
It is. Oh, big Dallas. I feel like I have to bow down to him. Oh shit. Oh, he's through again.
Oh, he scored.
Oh, you're taking the piss. We're 55 minutes into this match, he's... past his peak. Oh, big McCulloch with the Gerrard-esque pass.
You mean the Xhaka-esque pass?
Nah, that there with the Xhaka-esque pass.
Little.
Little. Don't know why he's doing
so
this extra letter. But referee. Thank you.
Need a Morrison now.
Yeah, Tesco.
And a Sainsbury!
Oh yes. The Aussie centre back. Yo, why's your wall all warped? Callum, the two middle people in the wall have a gap between them. Number 4 standing behind number 2.
Oh! No way! No way!
River!
I jumped that wall!
Watch the replay and see which way your wall's standing. It didn't really matter because it went over the wall. Like, look at that!
What?
Little's getting in. No!
Sturdy Dallas!
Done in.
No, 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 no! No! Why did I not tackle him? I just let you do that.
Serious AI.
Bro, get the ball!
Why did you not go down for a penalty, mate?
Dallas could have easily went down for penalty there, completely slid by him. Oh, can't praise Evra. Yes.
Oh, man.
Alright, so finally getting another win under our belt. And here's the results for that round of matches. Will and Owen actually played that time as well, and Will managed to beat him 2-1. And Seth has finally lost his first match of the season. It came down to Exeter, and Wellesley also lost 3-0 to Yeovil, which works out nicely for me as I can catch up a little bit. Not a lot, but it's something. And yet, there's another training session as we go through to our next game. This time it is against Newport County, which is Wellesley. So let's just hop straight into that match and see how we get on.
I leave my energy drinks in the car, so like when I open one in the morning, it's actually fucking cold.
Oh, it really do be like that, eh?
Yeah, it's actually fucking cold. It's,
like
not,
you guys-
it's gonna
you
be
guys
early
have-
in the morning, like it can't be like fucking 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it got too much time to warm the motherfucker up. Jesus. Poor cunt. That would have killed.
Oh, he's huge, big Backinson. Oh god.
Everyone
Jack.
went over to see if he's alright.
I can tell you
Well,
something right
just
now.
scored a 30-yard goal against me. Yeah.
I'm in pro cam.
What the fuck?
Why the fuck? You shouldn't have said that. You fucking pissed me off.
That's offside, I
Oh,
think.
okay, Jack. No, he's not.
He is. What the fuck?
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, nah, surely not.
Just play with my dick.
What?
Oh,
Ref. No, you're not
oh
gonna do me
no.
like that.
What a terrible shot. Oh god. No.
I'm not watching a movie from fucking 1988.
No.
Um,
Hit the inside the post. They hit the inside the post.
How did you manage to get a shot like that away after the first one you took? Oh, finish that. Yes.
Ah.
That was like
What a touch.
identical a year ago, but the other foot.
Like. Gears
No.
anyway.
Oh,
Oh, what a save. Oh,
I'm
so
gonna
nice
do a low
left.
shot there and he chipped it. Get it clear. Shit.
No, Jack.
Good game, Welsh. Alright, so there we have it. I drew 1-1 this time. There weren't any other matches against each other that round, but Seth is back on winning terms. Will get another win. Callum drew with Bury and Owen lost 2-1 to Lincoln. So yeah, let's just get back into it. I'm just quickly here going through the objectives, just to show you in a bit more detail. One of them was to keep a streak of at least 85% attendance in 5 consecutive home matches, which I've managed to do already. They wanted us to finish mid-table in League 2, which at the moment isn't looking promising, but we're going to huff our way through it and try to pull it off in the end, maybe even fight for promotion. That's my main goal anyway. Our youth development one, Grow 1 youth academy player with at least 5 overall points and I played him in 5 games. But haven't really got onto yet. The domestic success tab Obviously, it has the League 2 finish mid-table in there, along with the FA Cup, where it wants me to reach the round of 32, which I'm hoping I might be able to do. And then the highest priority one I've got is the medium on the financial, which says finish the season with 2.65 million unspent allocated funds. And I can tell you now, that probably won't happen, because I got 40 grand at the moment, and I want to make more signings. And I don't really help myself here, as you go and have a wee crack at maybe getting a youth player. So I send a scout, just a 1-star one, it cost me 17 grand. Sent him to New Zealand for 3 months, see if he can bring us back any quality youngsters there. And now you can see here our next match, which is our final match of September, is another online game we're going to have to play, and we're up against Owen's MK Dons. So yeah, into that we hop.
If Will's willing to sell him, yeah, because I'll buy him next time I'm in the career.
Actual cock. Actual fucking cockhold. Right,
So he joins in January.
No.
Izzo,
God.
that's a throw-in, Jack. And then you used it against me.
Best fucking thing ever, that's what it is.
Bam! I was looking at the leagues before.
Will, you dumb cunt.
That's not me.
Name one,
Oh,
and
sorry.
I got-
Oh, purposely? Like you're just getting through the
Yeah.
just shit.
No, I'm
Yes.
gonna tense so hard. I'm gonna tense so hard because I'm mad shit's gonna fall out. Bangers.
No, it's cool.
Yo,
Go Thanos. Oh. 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 Round. GG.
GG.
Okay, so another 1-1 draw. It's not particularly bad in any way. We're drawing a lot of games this season. That's 2 wins, 3 losses, and 5 draws. And also, there were no matches against each other for anyone else that round either. But everyone else actually managed to win their games. But yeah, back in it we go. You can see Campbell's up to 60 rated now, which is the same rating as our current main striker, Stockton. So I think it's pretty close to being time to have a Campbell as our main striker. And yeah, quickly before we get into anything else, here's the calendar for the month of October. And you can see our only game that's actually online this month is Will towards the end, Forest Green Rovers, which means we can play 2 other games from the month. So I'm going to be picking them wisely-ish. So our first game, you can see here, it's a home game against Lincoln. And this is one I do choose to play because Lincoln are a pretty solid team. And I kind of assumed that I was going to get hammered if I did sim them. This is what we're starting with. Front 3 of Bennett, Kamadou and Canos. And yeah, into the match we go. We'll start things off here ourselves. We're getting a chance of a Kamadou. Completely turn them around. We do get the shot away, but it is blocked. But it's a promising start for us. And it is like the only thing that happened that half. Yeah, at half time here, to try and get some more attacking options going. Our brother Yustar Branko in at Cam. Took off Bennett for Motley Henry. There's a bit more pace in the wings. And in the second half we go. We're running down this left wing with Sergi Canos. And it does get taken out there. Thought that was a penalty, but no, just a corner. Then we do pass it around a bit, get a chance opened up, banks on the crack, but it's a really weak shot. Lincoln's keeper catches it easily. But we're piling the pressure on, a couple more passes round, and I cut it in for Sergi Canos, have space for a finesse shot. He hits it quite well, but it is saved easily. But then Lincoln come on the charge. Gordon here whips in a weird ass cross for Shea McCartan, just a nod home. Like that's the exact same cross that Will did in the Liverpool Pro Clubs Road to Division 1. Don't know how he's pulled that off, but hey, Lincoln are 1-0 up. And then it doesn't get any better for me. Ball's whipped in, and big John Akindi, he's not going to miss from there, like, is he? And yeah, that's how the match ends up finishing. 2-0 to Lincoln. Not the best performance, I have to say. But yeah, on the results for that round, Welshie, Callum, and Seth all won their games. Seth and Owen drew theirs. There's only one out of us who ended up losing their game. Lovely. And now we're on the prowl, looking for our next game. We're up against Morecambe. I decided I may as well play them. I am away. They're doing better in the league at the moment. The squad reason this time is pretty similar to what we used at half time in the last game. We just put Bremer on the bench, Banks back down the centre mid, and have Sergio Branco set in nicely to that cam spot. And then in the match here, Morecambe get the first chance, smack it once, off the bar, get the rebound, off the bar. I thought it passed the line, I was lucky, but I really just don't get the ball cleared. Ball comes back in again from Thompson, heads it, I can see the corner. You can see there's the goal line technology. Look how close that is. That's like Liverpool versus City type stuff right there. But yeah, in comes the corner. The header comes in off the bar again, but the rebound this time does find the roof net, and then 1-0 down. And I mean, to be honest, that goal was honestly deserved after all that chaos that they caused. But yeah, we couldn't really get anything going that match at all. I'll be honest, neither could Morecambe after the first goal. You see in the 90th minute here, we do get a cross in. Our left back just chucks his head at it, but it does go miles wide. And yeah, we've got 2 consecutive losses in matches that we've played. Really not great, to be honest. But look at the bright side there. Kamal Grabar is up to 62. Here's the results for that round of matches. In that round, Welshie and Will were playing against each other. Will actually came away with a 2-1 win there. Everyone else won their matches, and I lost to Markham obviously. So I'm getting left in the dust a little bit, but we're going to pull off a comeback, don't you worry. And you see here, I'm just switching up my team a little bit, see if it can work better in the sim matches I play, or even the matches that I do play. I switch it to the 4-3-3 holding, so I've got 2 centre mids and 1 CDM, just so it suits the players' natural positions better. And yeah, we're going to the last match of this episode, which is a sim against Macclesfield Town. I'm hoping this team performs a lot better than I did anyway in those actual matches. Macclesfield get a penalty and miss it, and then 6 minutes later score, and then nothing really happened for the rest of the first half. In the second half, there's a couple of cards, all the subs start coming on now. I'm just hoping the boys are pushing for a goal, and no, Lloyd scores again. We end up losing 2-0 to Macclesfield. A quick glance at the results here. Once again, I'm the only one who lost. But yeah, not the best episode for result-wise for me. I can guarantee you though, we're going to be making amends to that once we get the team clicking properly. On screen here though, you can see the league table that we're currently sitting with. 13 games played now, and I'm not sitting last. I am a second last though, but if you look at the table there, I'm not too far behind, getting up a few spots. It is spread out quite evenly now, I have to say. The next one of us ahead of me though is Welshie in 17th, and above that 3 points ahead of him is Owen in 14th. And getting in the top half of the table, Callum's in 20 points, Will is in 5th on 23 points, and then hustling it away at the top there is Seth, 30 points. He's a mile away from me, so he is smashing it at the moment. The top scorer at the moment, as you would pretty much predict, is Davies for Mansfield. And then top of the assists is actually Mabile from Owen's MK Dons. And yeah, that is actually where I'm going to leave off this episode. The next episode will be a little bit similar to this. Also, we've got Will at the end of this month that we're currently in. And then the rest of the matches shall hopefully take us up nicely to the January transfer window. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, it would be so massively appreciated if you could drop a like on it. And if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. It really will mean the absolute world to me. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.